Saint Bernard dogs are one of the most famous dog breeds in the world. When you see one, you never forget it. They are true giants in the dog kingdom. Their size is the first thing people notice. An adult Saint Bernard can weigh as much as a grown man. They stand tall and proud, with a strong, muscular body built for tough jobs. But even though they are so big, they have a very kind and gentle look in their eyes. This mix of great size and a soft heart is what makes them so special to many dog lovers everywhere. Their fur, or coat, is another amazing feature. It is thick and beautiful, designed to keep them warm in very cold weather. Some Saint Bernards have long, wavy hair, while others have shorter, dense fur. The colors are usually a mix of white with red or brown markings. You might see a dog with a big patch of red on its back, like a warm blanket, and a white chest and paws. They often have a mask of darker color around their eyes, which gives them a wise and thoughtful expression. This beautiful coat needs regular brushing to stay clean and healthy. Let's talk about their head. A Saint Bernard's head is massive and powerful. They have big floppy ears that hang down the sides of their face. These ears are soft to the touch. Their eyes are usually dark brown and have a slightly droopy look. This can make them seem a little sad or sleepy, but it is just part of their gentle appearance. And of course, we have to mention the drool. Because of their large, loose lips or jowls, Saint Bernards are known to slobber quite a bit, especially after eating or drinking. It's just a part of living with these lovable giants. Everything about the Saint Bernard says strength. From their wide, powerful chest to their strong legs, these dogs were built to move through deep snow. Their large paws act like snowshoes, helping them walk on top of the snow instead of sinking in. Their tail is long and heavy, often hanging low unless they are excited. When you look at a Saint Bernard, you see a perfect combination of power and gentleness. They are a living, breathing example of a giant with a soft spirit, a truly magnificent animal that commands respect and love. The personality of a Saint Bernard is what truly makes them a gentle giant. They are known for being incredibly calm, patient, and good-natured. Imagine a dog so large, yet so careful and gentle, especially around children. They seem to understand their own size and strength, and they use it with great care. This calm energy makes them wonderful family pets. They are not quick to bark or get excited. Instead, they prefer to watch over their family, like a quiet and steady guardian. Their presence alone can bring a sense of peace and security to a home. These dogs are also very loving and loyal. They form strong bonds with their human pack and want to be a part of every family activity. A Saint Bernard will often follow you from room to room, not to be needy, but simply to be near you. They show their affection in quiet ways, like resting their big head on your lap or leaning their heavy body against your legs. This need for closeness means they are happiest living inside with their family, not alone in a backyard. They thrive on love and connection, and they give back that love unconditionally. Because they are so patient, Saint Bernards are often called nanny dogs. They have a natural kindness towards children and other animals. Of course, you must always supervise any dog with small children, but the Saint Bernard's natural instinct is to be gentle and protective. They will tolerate a lot of noise and activity with a calm attitude. This patient nature also makes them relatively easy to train. They are intelligent and eager to please, though sometimes they can be a little stubborn. Positive reinforcement and calm, assertive leadership work best for these sensitive souls. Despite their serious and noble appearance, Saint Bernards have a playful side. They enjoy a good walk or a gentle game of fetch, though they are not built for long-distance running. They are more like a slow and steady friend than a high-energy athlete. After a short burst of play, they are perfectly happy to stretch out on a cool floor for a long nap. Their ideal day includes some time with their family, a little bit of exercise, and a lot of relaxation. This balanced, loving personality is why so many people open their homes and hearts to these wonderful dogs. The history of the Saint Bernard is a story of bravery and rescue. These dogs did not start as family pets. They were bred by monks more than 300 years ago, high in the snowy mountains of the Swiss Alps. There was a dangerous mountain pass called the Great Saint Bernard Pass that travelers had to cross. The monks at the hospice there used these powerful dogs to help them. The dogs' incredible sense of smell could find people buried under the snow after avalanches. Their strength allowed them to clear paths and even help pull people to safety. One of the most famous St. Bernards in history was a dog named Barry. Barry lived at the hospice in the early 1800s and is said to have saved the lives of more than 40 people. Stories of his courage spread far and wide, making the breed legendary. One famous tale tells of how Barry found a small boy who was lost and alone in the snow. He licked the boy's face to wake him up and kept him warm until rescuers arrived. Barry became a symbol of the breed's heroic nature, and his legacy lives on in every St. Bernard today. You may have seen pictures of St. Bernards with a small barrel tied around their neck. Many people believe these barrels were filled with brandy to help warm up lost travelers. While this makes for a great story, it is likely just a myth. The monks have said they never used barrels. The image was probably created by a painter who wanted to make the story even more romantic. The real rescue tool was the dog itself, its warmth, its strength, and its amazing ability to find people who were lost. The dogs were the true heroes, with or without the barrel. From their origins as mountain rescue dogs, the St. Bernard slowly transitioned into the loving family companion we know today. As their fame grew, people from all over the world wanted one of these heroic dogs for themselves. Breeders began to focus on their calm and gentle temperament, making them even better suited for life in a home. But even now, when you look into the eyes of a St. Bernard, you can still see the spirit of their ancestors, the brave, loyal dogs who faced the dangers of the Alps to save human lives. Owning a St. Bernard is a big responsibility, but it is also very rewarding. First, you need to think about space. These are not dogs for a small apartment. They need room to stretch out and move around comfortably. While they are not overly active, they do need a home with a yard where they can walk and play. It is also important to remember that these dogs were bred for cold climates. Their thick coats make them very sensitive to heat. On hot days, they need to stay inside in a cool, air-conditioned space to prevent them from overheating. Grooming is another essential part of their care. That thick, beautiful fur needs to be brushed several times a week to prevent mats and tangles. Brushing also helps remove loose hair, which can be a lot, especially during shedding seasons in the spring and fall. Regular baths will keep them clean, and you should also remember to clean their ears and check their eyes. And yes, you will need to be prepared for drool. Keeping a drool rag handy is a common practice for St. Bernard owners. It's a small price to pay for all their love. Like all large breeds, St. Bernards need proper nutrition to support their big bodies. It is important to feed them a high-quality dog food designed for giant breeds. This helps ensure their bones and joints grow strong and stay healthy throughout their lives. You should also be careful not to overfeed them, as extra weight can put a lot of stress on their joints. Regular, gentle exercise, like daily walks, is important to keep them fit, but avoid intense, high-impact activities, especially when they are young puppies and still growing. Finally, the most important part of caring for a St. Bernard is providing love and leadership. These dogs need early socialization and consistent, gentle training to become well-behaved members of the family. They are intelligent and sensitive, so they respond best to positive training methods. They need a calm, confident leader who provides clear rules and boundaries. When you give a St. Bernard a balanced life with exercise, discipline, and affection, you get back a loyal, loving, and truly special friend. They are more than just a pet. They are a gentle, giant-hearted member of the pack. For centuries, St. Bernards have stood as legends among rescue dogs, their story rooted high in the snowy Swiss Alps. These gentle giants were first bred by monks at the Great St. Bernard Hospice, a remote mountain refuge for travelers crossing dangerous snowbound passes. Historians tell us that as early as the 17th century, these dogs were trained to find lost and injured pilgrims, bravely venturing into blizzards and avalanches to save lives. Archival footage reveals St. Bernards in their classic red and white coats, carrying small barrels around their necks, once believed to hold brandy for warming stranded travelers. In reality, their true rescue power was their keen sense of direction, incredible strength, and unwavering determination. Over the years, these dogs are credited with saving thousands of lives, including the legendary Barry, who alone is said to have rescued over 40 people. Today, St. Bernard owners and modern rescue teams continue to honor this magnificent legacy. We spoke with breed historians and dedicated owners who share how these dogs still possess strong working instincts, a drive to seek, help, and comfort. Experts advise that even as family pets, St. Bernards thrive when given tasks or activities that engage their minds and bodies, like nosework games, gentle tracking exercises, or simply being a comforting presence to those in need. From the icy Alps to our own homes, the legend of the Saint Bernard endures, not just as a symbol of rescue, but as a living reminder of courage, loyalty, and heart. Owning a Saint Bernard is a rewarding experience, but it comes with unique responsibilities. These gentle giants have special needs that every owner should know. We spoke with veterinarians and experienced owners to bring you the best advice for keeping your Saint Bernard healthy and happy. Footage shows a Saint Bernard lounging in a spacious living room, then trotting happily in a backyard. First, let's talk about diet. Saint Bernards grow quickly and need a balanced diet rich in high-quality protein and nutrients, especially during puppyhood. Overfeeding can lead to joint problems, so it's crucial to measure portions and avoid too many treats. Dr. Bennett, a veterinarian, explains, their size puts extra stress on their bones and joints. Controlled feeding and regular weight checks are essential. Next, exercise. Despite their size, Saint Bernards aren't high-energy dogs, but they do need daily walks and gentle play to stay fit. Long hikes or strenuous activity aren't necessary. In fact, too much can strain their joints. Experienced owner Lisa shares, short walks and playtime in the yard keep my Saint Bernard content. They love being part of the family's daily routine. Living space matters too. Saint Bernards thrive in homes with room to stretch out, but they're surprisingly adaptable. With enough love and attention, they can live happily in both houses and apartments. Just make sure there's space for them to move around comfortably. Health and grooming are also important. Their thick coats need regular brushing to prevent mats and keep shedding under control. Watch for signs of overheating in warm weather, and schedule regular vet checkups to monitor their joints and heart. Managing their size can be a challenge, especially as puppies grow quickly. Puppy-proof your home, use sturdy leashes and collars, and teach basic commands early to ensure they're well-behaved companions as adults. Owning a Saint Bernard means offering a little extra care, but the reward is a loyal friend with a heart as big as their paws. With the right love and attention, these gentle giants will thrive in any home. Training a Saint Bernard is about more than commands. It's about building trust and harmony within your family. These gentle giants are intelligent and eager to please, making them wonderful students with the right approach. Our first tip: start socialization early. Footage shows a Saint Bernard puppy meeting new people and calmly greeting other dogs at a park. Trainer Emily Black explains, introduce your Saint Bernard to a variety of sights, sounds, and people from a young age. This helps build their confidence and prevents shyness or nervousness as they grow. Next, focus on basic obedience. Saint Bernards are strong, so teaching commands like sit, stay, and come is essential. We see a family in their backyard, rewarding their Saint Bernard with treats and praise as he responds to simple cues. Dog trainer Marcus Lee shares, keep training sessions short and positive. Use lots of encouragement and rewards. Saint Bernards respond best to kindness, not harsh corrections. Positive reinforcement is key. Footage shows children giving gentle commands and offering treats as their Saint Bernard happily obeys. Parent Sarah smiles. Our kids love being part of training. It teaches them responsibility, and our dog thrives on the attention and treats. Common challenges. Stubbornness can be one. Marcus Lee adds, sometimes Saint Bernards can be a bit willful. Stay patient, be consistent, and never lose your temper. With time, even the most headstrong dog will come around. Finally, remember that training is a lifelong journey. Footage shows a senior Saint Bernard calmly walking on a leash beside a child. With patience, consistency, and lots of love, your gentle giant will become a well-mannered, beloved member of the family. Before they became beloved family pets, Saint Bernards earned their legendary status as heroic rescue dogs in the snowy Alps. Let's step back in time and explore the fascinating history that made these gentle giants famous worldwide. Archival black and white footage shows Saint Bernards trekking through deep snow beside monks at the Great Saint Bernard Hospice in Switzerland. Dr. Emily Black, canine historian, explains, for centuries these dogs worked alongside monks, braving blizzards and avalanche-prone slopes to find and save lost travelers. Their keen sense of smell and sturdy frames made them perfect for the job. Cut to an interview with longtime Saint Bernard owner Michael. It's amazing to think my dog's ancestors were real-life heroes, saving countless lives in the Alps. It gives you a new respect for their bravery and loyalty. Archival reenactments illustrate the classic image, a Saint Bernard with a small barrel around its neck searching through snowdrifts. Expert Dr. Marcus Lee clarifies, That iconic barrel likely carried brandy or other supplies, but the real gift these dogs brought was warmth and companionship to stranded travelers. Footage transitions to modern search and rescue teams training with St. Bernards. Trainer Anna Kim shares, "Even today, St. Bernards are valued for their strength, intelligence, and gentle nature. They're not just pets, they're partners in saving lives." Owner Lisa reflects, "Knowing their history, I feel proud every time I see my St. Bernard comfort someone. It's in their nature to help." As the scene closes, we see a montage of St. Bernards, past and present, standing tall against snowy backdrops, reminding us that behind every cuddly companion is a courageous legacy. From fearless rescuer to loyal friend, the St. Bernard story is one of courage, compassion, and unwavering devotion. Owning a St. Bernard is a unique adventure, one that comes with its own set of special care needs. Let's break down what it takes to keep your gentle giant happy, healthy, and thriving. Cut to footage of a St. Bernard stretching out in a sunny backyard, then lounging indoors on a cozy dog bed. Dr. Emily Black, veterinarian, explains, St. Bernards are large dogs with big hearts, but their size means they need a bit of extra attention. Regular checkups are a must, especially for their joints and hips, since they're prone to issues like hip dysplasia. Next, we see a St. Bernard being brushed by their owner, tufts of fur floating away. Groomer Jamie Tran shares, their thick double coats shed a lot, especially in spring and fall. Brushing a few times a week helps keep their fur healthy and reduces shedding around the house. Close-ups show gentle brushing, nail trimming, and ear cleaning. Jamie adds, don't forget those big paws. Check for debris after walks and keep their nails trimmed to prevent discomfort. Footage transitions to a St. Bernard enjoying a slow, relaxed walk in a park, sniffing the grass. Dr. Marcus Lee, canine health expert, advises St. Bernards don't need intense exercise, but daily walks and gentle playtime are important for their physical and mental well-being. Avoid strenuous activity, especially in hot weather. They're sensitive to heat and can overheat quickly. Cut to a kitchen scene where an owner prepares a balanced meal. A healthy diet is key, Dr. Black notes. Feed high-quality dog food suited for large breeds and monitor their weight to prevent strain on their joints. We see a family giving their St. Bernard lots of love and affection, belly rubs, gentle play, and quiet time together. Dr. Lee concludes, above all, St. Bernards thrive on companionship. They're happiest when included in family life, whether it's a lazy day indoors or a gentle stroll outside. With the right care, your St. Bernard will reward you with years of loyalty, love, and unforgettable memories. Remember, looking after a gentle giant means giving them the best of everything, health, happiness, and a whole lot of heart. Training a St. Bernard isn't just about teaching commands, it's about building a bond that lasts a lifetime. Let's explore some practical training tips for families, straight from the experts and real St. Bernard owners. Cut to footage of a family in their backyard, guiding their St. Bernard through basic commands, sit, stay, and come, with lots of treats and praise. Certified dog trainer Alex Rivera shares, St. Bernards are intelligent and eager to please, but their size means it's important to start training early. Keep sessions short, positive, and consistent. Next, we see a playful St. Bernard puppy learning to walk nicely on a leash at a local park. Owner Mia laughs. He's strong, so we had to teach him not to pull. Gentle redirection and rewards made a huge difference. Transition to a group puppy class where several St. Bernards are learning socialization skills. Trainer Alex adds, socializing your St. Bernard is just as important as teaching commands. Expose them to new sights, sounds, and people so they grow up confident and calm. Cut to a living room where a young child gently asks the family St. Bernard to lie down. The dog responds with a wagging tail and a big happy sigh. Owner James explains, we involve the whole family in training, kids included. It helps build trust and respect between everyone. Show quick clips of training in different settings, a quiet home, a busy street, and a dog-friendly cafe. Alex concludes, no matter where you train, patience and positive reinforcement are key. Celebrate small victories and remember, every St. Bernard learns at their own pace. End with a montage of proud owners and their dogs showing off their skills, from shaking paws to calmly waiting at the door. Training isn't just about rules. It's about having fun together and helping your gentle giant become the best family member they can be. With a little time, patience, and love, your St. Bernard can learn anything, and you'll build memories to cherish for years to come. Ready to meet the real characters behind those droopy eyes and giant paws? Here are some irresistible Saint Bernard fun facts and quirks that will make you smile, and maybe even laugh out loud. Cut to a Saint Bernard gently talking with a series of comical, low grumbles and woofs. Owner Ben grins. He always has to have the last word, especially when it's dinner time. Next, we see a St. Bernard tiptoeing around a tiny kitten, careful not to disturb the little furball. Owner Priya shares. She's a gentle giant. She treats our kitten like royalty. Sometimes I think she believes she's a cat too. Cut to slow-motion footage of a St. Bernard bounding through a pile of autumn leaves, tail wagging like a flag, voiceover. Did you know St. Bernards are forever puppies at heart? No matter their age, they love to play in the snow, leaves, or even a big puddle. Switch to a scene of a St. Bernard helping in the garden, carrying a watering can in his mouth. Owner Dave laughs. He always wants to be part of the action, even if that means digging a few extra holes. Show a montage of St. Bernards snuggling up with kids, napping with cats, and leaning their big heads into their owners' laps. Voiceover. These dogs are true family members. They'll cuddle with anyone, kids, adults, or even the family hamster. End with a group of St. Bernards wagging their tails at the community dog event, surrounded by smiling owners. Owner Maria sums it up. Life with a St. Bernard is never boring. They're silly, sweet, and always up for a new adventure. From their playful antics to their loving hearts, St. Bernards are full of surprises. If you're looking for a gentle giant with a goofy streak, you've met your match. Think you know everything about St. Bernards? Think again. Let's dive into some fun facts and quirky traits that make these gentle giants truly one of a kind. First up, St. Bernards are big-time droolers. Owner Lisa laughs as her St. Bernard Max shakes his head, sending drool flying. She jokes, "We keep towels in every room. He's a slobbery sweetheart, and we wouldn't have it any other way." Despite their massive size, St. Bernards are convinced they're lapdogs. Footage shows a 150-pound St. Bernard squeezing onto the couch beside his owner, tail wagging and eyes full of love. Owner Jake shares, "No matter how big they get, they always want to cuddle. It's like having a furry, oversized teddy bear." These dogs are also known for their playful streak. Watch as a group of St. Bernards playfully chase snowballs in the backyard, rolling and tumbling with goofy enthusiasm. Dr. Emily Black, canine behaviorist, explains, St. Bernards have a surprising sense of humor. They love to make their families laugh by doing silly things like carrying around shoes or napping in the oddest places. And don't be surprised if your St. Bernard becomes a bit of a shadow. Owner videos show their dogs following them from room to room, always wanting to be part of the action. "He's my constant companion," says owner Sarah. "I can't even go to the kitchen without him waddling after me." Another quirk? Their loyalty knows no bounds. Dr. Marcus Lee explains, St. Bernards form deep bonds with their families. They're protective, patient, and incredibly gentle, especially with children. From their goofy grins to their heartwarming devotion, St. Bernards bring endless joy and a little bit of chaos to every home. Whether they're playfully stealing your socks or snuggling by your side, these lovable giants always find a way to make you smile. So, if you're lucky enough to share your life with a St. Bernard, cherish every quirky moment. They're truly unforgettable companions.